Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you live from Kalispell, Montana, where it is hot. What is it? It is 90 degrees outside. No, I left Arizona for a reason. I was done with these hot temperatures. At least it's only sitting at 90 and not higher. Goodness. Anyways, it's Friday. I just got off the phone with my son who's headed back to college. And he made it to my brother's in Wisconsin. Second day of driving his truck back to school. He did not want to leave. That boy, I said, welcome to adulthood, my son. He had only 2 weeks of summer vacation this year because he did his internship. And you and I know, yeah, that kind of stinks. But let me wash my hands while we talk because they're feeling really dry. But we've all been there, right? Where we got out of school or we were in school and had a job and then all of a sudden realized, wow, I really liked having summer vacation. And of course, when you reach adulthood and you start working for a living, he's not there yet. He's starting his senior year. I don't know where these years have gone. Didn't he just go to kindergarten? I mean, come on. Do you feel that way about your kids? Are your kids like older and not at home? Or if they are at home, enjoy every minute because it goes in the blink of an eye. I swear he was just a little toddler running around here. Well, not here, this house, because we were in Tucson at the time. But I did have a counter, a scrapbook crafting counter in Tucson, just not looking quite like this. And it was great. And he would play in his area with all his toys, and I could craft and do my scrapbooking in my area. It was our playroom. Super fun. I might have to show you those letters one day. I still have them painted in all the different colors. Each wall was a different color, and it was a Disney paint because I like Disney. And then I painted the little letters you can buy at the hobby store or craft store or whatever, and it said our playroom, and I painted it and then I decorated it with stickers and ribbon and all kinds of fun stuff. I know approximately where they are in this new house. I might have to share that with you sometime. I keep debating on putting it up in here, but our playroom, I guess it's our for anyone who joins me in here. So I don't know, they might show up on the far back wall one day. Who knows? Are you ready to check this out? Because this is Paper Pumpkin Playdate. It's Friday, 3:33. Well, it's a little later than that now. And I have the brand new August kit. Have not cracked it open. Was a good girl. I actually used this cheat sheet to find out what color ink I could use so that I could sit because my feet are a little tired. I've been standing on them all day so far. So let's go ahead and dig in. I want to see what's in here because this was the one. This is the Kindred Greetings. And this was the kit that was 25% off on your first subscription. So I trust that you rounded up the funds to get that, and that you subscribe to whoever your demonstrator is, or to me if I'm your demonstrator. I know there's a lot of people out there who watch a lot of different demonstrators. They have their demonstrator they order from, but then they watch a whole lot of others, which, heck, I'm the same way. I'm my own demonstrator, but then I watch a whole lot of others for ideas too. So this is our subscription box. This is one of our simple Poppy Parade, and I think that's Flirty Flamingo, paper pumpkin boxes. It comes to your door or to your mailbox every month, like clockwork. If you have, whether you have a subscription, a prepaid, or whether you pay it month to month, doesn't matter. It still comes to your mailbox every month. And I love it because it's kind of a surprise. We get an inkling, like here, we got this picture. There was a little inkling of what it would look like, but we don't know for sure until we open it up. So that's, to me, if you like surprises, this is a fun one to have as surprises. Here we go. And it looks all wrapped up like a present, which I like that too. So we have here, we have some leaf sprigs, we have some dots, we have a heart, and then it says, ooh, hang on, let's get the old glasses on. Sending my whole heart at a time when words fall short. I'm always here for you. Friend, I'm so sorry. All right, so it sounds like this might be some sympathy cards, which I kind of like when Stampin' Up! Designs the sympathy cards because I find it challenging to make sympathy cards. And typically I don't make them until I need them. And then of course, when you need a sympathy card, that's the last thing you want to be creating. Our color today is the gray granite. So I already had grabbed this. I had used, like I said, that little cheat sheet, and oh my goodness, I forgot to grab a block. I can just show you. One of these would also be in your first kit when you get it, and then you'll use it each time. If you have other kits, I highly recommend gluing 2 of them together. It just makes it so much easier. We have our pool party, or I don't know if this is pool party or balmy blue. I'm thinking it's pool party because pool party and poppy parade go really good. And so I tend to keep it. I use it when I send things to people, or I've used it for gifts, or I've used it even on the alternate cards. So I always keep it not too far away in the beginning because I just never know when I'm going to use it. So I usually will put it nearby, sometimes in the bottom of the box. Let's see. We've got lots of stuff here. I love how it comes shrink wrapped in the plastic so that you don't have things bending. Every now and then something will bend. And if you find that it does, you can call demonstrator support and tell them that, you know, the customer service, and they will fix it up for you. So we have 3 different card styles here, 3 different cards, 3 of each. So a total of 9 cards. Looks like we have some techniquing going on here too, so that's super fun. On the back is where you have what the cards are, or what the stamps are. Oh, wow, okay. Well, normally they have that not exactly like that. Normally you can just lay this down and it's right there. I think I prefer that versus this all spread out. I wonder if that's going to be a new thing. I really liked being able to do this because that helped me put it back onto here. Might have to put that in the suggestion box. If you liked having this being able to lay straight down on there and you knew what it was, you might put it in the suggestion box that you want it to be that size again, because the spread out thing, then I got to figure out how to make it fit on the acetate. This is what's in the box. These are the colors that coordinate with it. So it is Basic Beige, Calypso Coral, Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, and Pool Party. All subtle colors and some neutrals, which probably is why they make good sympathy cards. All right, that's what I'm guessing, that they're sympathy or just because. All right, here we go. Here are our ingredients. We have card 1, card 2, card 3. We have some baker's twine that is white and gray granite. And then we have some tear and tape. Love the tear and tape. I might use my glue today just because it helps make it a little bit quicker and because I want to value your time. So if I use my glue, it's not because I don't like using this, it's because that's just a little bit faster and I want to honor your time, not that you're sitting here. So I think I need to clean this. It's rough. And then we have some mini dimensionals as well. We have our envelopes, so we'll move these aside, move this aside, move that aside. Here's that. So we have 1 of each. This is card 2. I put those back in the envelope. This is card 1. I mean, in the box. Oops. We got some more cards. This is card 3. All right. And then let's find those card bases. They are all a very linen texture. They're all the same. All right, so I don't know if you can see that in the camera. Can you see that? I'm not sure. They have a different kind of texture. They're kind of a smooth texture, and they look like linen, and they're all the same. Card bases, all the same. All right, there was a kit collection kit that had this kind of thing, and there was a lot of white on white that was really pretty. All right, so I'm just using this for knowing where to put things, and we're going to label it on here. So we have 1 of these goes with card 1. And then we have, what is this? This must be the clear block. This must be the clear block. I don't know if I've noticed that before. That almost confused me. I'm thinking, wait, I don't see a box. So this goes on card 3. This goes on card 2. And then we have this one, which you want to pop them out gently. Goes to card 3. This circle is card 2. This Calypso Coral and Petal Pink, or probably more Calypso Coral. This is here. Oh, that one was already falling out. I should have used that one. And then we have more of those for this card. We have the Hello. So it's not just sympathy cards. Okay, good. Good, good, good. I didn't want all sympathy cards. I know I need them, and I like to have some in my stash for when I do. But Hello Friend works for me as well. All right, there's that. And that's it for the dies and the parts. So I'll close that up over there. Then we will pile these on top of each other and set them over here. Pull out card 1 and we'll get started. So we need to pop these out. Now I'm not going to get rid of this because it could be used as a card front. You could use it as a card front on, say, let's see, how wide is it? It's 4 1/4, so you could totally use it on a card front over DSP and have it show through. And then you could have it, here we go. So let's use the skeletons. I have a friend, Deb Naylor, who is very good at using the skeletons, what we call the skeletons, out of these things. And I have watched her over the years do a lot of things with the skeletons. So I have learned to keep mine. I haven't used them in a while, but that one is screaming, yes, let's use it. So that'll be one of my alternates. All right, so here we go. We're going to fold our piece in half. We're going to grab our bone folder. Let me go on this side. This is all sticky. Apparently, I need to clean my glass mat. I got my chamois all wet earlier, but I did not clean it. All right, so now we're going to grab a piece of scratch paper because we're going to do some stamping on these. So you want to look and see which side is the front. And you can tell which side is the front when you look closer at it. There's kind of a beveled edge. So we want 3 of them. And we're going to do some stamping. We're going to do front. Oh, I didn't see. Hold on. We're going to do friend. Let's see. It's showing. No. Hold on. It's showing this little piece that says friend. I did not see anything like, oh, here they are. They got caught. So we have this one, this little one that goes here, and then this next size actually goes on card 3. All right, I'm like, wait a second, I couldn't have missed the whole thing of sentiment pieces, but apparently I did. They were stuck to the envelopes. Hold on. There we go. Got it. There we go. There we go. Here's our card. We need that. We need this. Here we go. All right, so we're going to do friend on here. So let's go ahead and just condition these. So I saw someone the other day saying that you could also rub your chamois on it if you wanted to. So you could do that. I've just found that just using my thumb and my finger seems to be enough, and then stamping off once or twice works for me. So we need friend, and then we need the dots. All right, and then we're going to stamp on 3 of them and then do the friend. All right, here we go. Let's grab friend right there. Stamps nicely. There we go. All right, just doing this in the middle. There we go. And then we need one of these. I'll just stamp it a couple times. There we go. And we're going to just do that. And that. There we go. All right, now it looks like I pushed just a little bit. All right, so if you push too much, then you're going to get flatter, because they're rubbery, so they kind of flatten out if you push too hard. So I noticed that some of the dots are a little bit squishier, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. All right, so let's build our card. We have this one, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back side. This is a different kind of paper, so that's why I was kind of airing those out a little bit. We're going to use, they're using their minis. I'm going to use my regular size dimensionals because, you know, that's my preference, especially on these big things. I prefer that. So there's 3 of each. Oh, got a tickle in my nose. Do you get a tickle in your nose? It's sometimes very frustrating, especially if you have a tickle and it doesn't go away. Or if you know a sneeze is coming, and like, you know, here I am in the middle of a live, and if I have to sneeze, I have to sneeze. But of course, then I got to blow my nose after I sneeze. And that's just not really something I want to do during lives. Right? You didn't come here for me to sneeze and blow my nose. You came here to see what the cards look like in this new August 2026 kit. And I think they're going to be very elegant looking, because to me, when I see all this white, I think elegant. To me, it just looks elegant. So our first 2 are going to be the ones that are inked. So I'm going to take this one in the center. That's about centered. Now, you can measure it if you want. I'm just eyeballing it. You know me, I'm not that particular. So we want to do that. And then we want this one over here. See, and I got them too close together. So we're going to do that. And then take this one off. That's why I didn't stick it down all the way. I just kind of laid it there. So this is one of those techniques. It's not the shutter card or I keep calling it a shutter card. I don't know what I can never remember what it's called. But that other thing we did with one of the other cuts where it was up, down, up, down. This one is just, there we go. There we go. So they're approximately evenly spaced. They're a little crooked. they're a challenge. That would take some practice. All right, so then we're going to put this on with the tear and tape. However, I'm going to use my glue instead. We're going to put a little bit of glue right there, a little bit of glue right here, and a little bit of glue right here. And all right, so that's going to go like that. All right, like that. And then we have our hello, and the hello is going to go on the dimensional. So I'm going to use a mini dimensional that I already have started, and grab my Take Your Pick tool, because Take Your Pick tool is great for minis. So Take Your Pick tool, our minis go there and there. And on this one, it goes here, here, and here. So, last one. All right. So we're going to do the hello first, which looks like it kind of sits down in between these, like that. And then this one is going to sit right here, like that. All right. Hello, friend. There we go. Now on the inside, I'm going to go ahead and do this one and stamp it on the inside of the card. This Lost Lagoon is just so pretty. Such a pretty color. I love it. So here we have 2 Stampin' Up! Blocks from kits that are glued together with the 3D glue, this Stampin' Seal Plus, and it works beautifully for that. So let's see. Oh yeah. There we go. When you have one that big, you want to kind of press down a little bit in the middle so that it catches, because you can see here it didn't quite catch there, but then it did here when I applied a little bit of pressure. So let's go ahead and do this over here. Now I'm just making it firm. I'm not pushing down with all my might so it doesn't do that squishy thing, but just to give it a little something on the inside. There you go. All right, so that is card 1, and it goes in this lovely envelope with the Lost Lagoon as well. There we go. I like that. All right, let's tackle card 2. These are fairly simple, just a little bit of stamping, nothing fancy. All right, so card 2. Set the envelope out of the way, move that out of the way, fold it in half. Use the bone folder to crease it real good because that helps it keep from popping up. Then we're going to stamp on here. So the darker, when you see the darker side here, that's the side, that's the back. You want to flip over to the front side where it's not quite so. Let's go ahead and get you zoomed in. Oh, he said, hey June, zoom a little so we can see it better. There we go. All right, so this time around we're going to use this one, the Sending My Whole Heart at a Time When Words Fall Short. And that could just, I mean, that doesn't even have to be a sympathy. That could be a friend who's going through some hard times and you just want them to know that you're there. It could, you know, a divorce or some other sort of breakup or problems with teenagers. We all have had that. If you have a teenager, if you don't have a teenager, when your kid gets to teenagerhood, then, you know, there's a possibility. I'm not saying it's for sure, but there's always that possibility. Ours was not too bad, but you have your typical, I don't know, I just call them your typical teenage moments. I had them when I was a teenager, you know, just times when you don't really want to listen to your parents, but you know that they're right, but you fight it and you go figure it out on your own and discover, yep, they were right. I should have listened to them in the first place. Did you have any of those moments? I had a few of those moments. And I wasn't like a rebellious teen or anything like that. I was just what I would call your average teenager who, you know, I wanted to find things out for myself. All right. So we're going to go across. I'm going to stick that there. And we're going to go back and forth a few times. Like that. And then like this. And they tell you what size to cut it. They tell you cut it 15 inches, but sometimes I feel like they use too much, and I don't want to use that much. So sometimes I will just lay it out like this because it's easier. And they've got 3 loops on each side. So we're going to do one more time. And because it's been wrapped around this, it's kind of looping a little bit on its own. So I'm just sticking it down. But see, this way, I use a little bit, not a ton, and I don't have a lot of waste. I'm just not big on waste. So we're going to put dimensionals on this side. Actually, I'm going to put them over here on this side, because then I know where they are and where they need to be. And then we will, oh, it goes like this at a little bit of an angle. Oh, that's smeared a little bit. It was a little bit too damp. Ooh. So there you go. All right, so we have this, and then we're going to take this. We're going to adhere this on here with dimensionals, and again, I will use my minis like they have for this because it just makes sense. And they have 6, and they have 8, so they have 3 down one side. You could use your straightaways if you wanted to, but you can see on mine, I don't have straightaways. Oops. Got those coming off, so I guess we'll just take those off. So I've used all but one of my straightaways here already, so we'll just go like this. Not sure if that one's going to show. I think that top corner is going to show, so I'm going to see if I can peel it off and move it down a little bit. There we go. Take Your Pick is just such an amazing tool. I know some people use their scissors the way I use this. I prefer not to. I want my mother had trained me that scissors are only for certain things, and different scissors are for different things. Oh, and I forgot to put some dimensionals down in the center so that it doesn't sag. How could I forget to do something to keep it from sagging? If you've been watching me for any length of time, you know I am all about the no sag, and then I go and I forget As soon as I put it down, I was like, oh, weren't there some in the center? Yes, June, there were some in the center, but you forgot. So here we go. There, those two should help. All right, that one is not sticky anymore. Oh, all right, so we got to fix those. We want to rub these off as best we can, or at least push them down. And we're going to have to replace them over here because they won't stick anymore if we don't. That doesn't have sticky either. Goodness. Well, June has buggered up this card, hasn't she? There are days and there are days. It's Friday. I'm ready for the weekend. I have tomorrow night. Yesterday was my nephew's birthday, and he's been visiting us for his 35th birthday. And so we had birthday fun yesterday. So that was part of the reason why, or that was the main reason why, Junebug's Creative Crush will be tomorrow on Saturday. And oh my gosh, I am loving this silly old bear. I even have a silly old bear t-shirt I get to wear at the same time because I found it at Walmart. I now have two. It's funny because I was not really into the silly old bear thing. What's this? I mean, I've always liked Pooh Bear, but I've been more of the Disney Pooh Bear version. And I'm actually been watching some of those movies while I work on it because, you know, Disney Plus has it. So, yeah. All right. There is card 2. Card 2. Does that look blurry? Okay, that's my glasses. I need them for here, but they're too close here. All right, so there's that one, but let's go ahead and put that little sprig on the inside again because I thought that looked really pretty. There we go. All right, so that is card 2. Pretty, I like it. So, and remember, it's sympathy, but not necessarily sympathy. So if you're like, man, I don't need sympathy cards, it's kind of a, hey, I'm here for you kind of card if you're going through a tough time, you know. Doesn't have to mean death. Could just be an ending or somebody who's not real hip on their new beginning. All right, so now we have this, and this is going to be a horizontal card. So we're going to be stamping on here. See, now this is where I need my glasses again for looking down. All right, so this one. Right there, just firmly touching down. So because this is a different cardstock, because it's that linen-y cardstock, I can see, you can kind of see how the ink is a little bit damp, and that's why I had smeared it on that other one. So I'm gonna ink that up, and then we're going to do the I'm always here for you. So again, that can be for anything. You know, even like my son going away to college, I'm always here for you. That could be a card, that a saying that I could send to him for that. That way he knows if he's got, you know, homework that he's frustrated with, or teacher that he's frustrated with, or friends he's frustrated with, he knows I'm always here for him. Because it's that time of his life where he's getting lots of lessons, life lessons. Life lessons are hard sometimes. All right, so it's a different kind of paper. That's why. That's why. All right, so let's put our dimensionals on the back of this. Wow, yeah, I can really see how the ink, because of this coating on this paper, which like I can totally feel, because of the coating on this paper, it's not drying super quick. It's not soaking in the way it does on our regular cardstock. So just be aware of that. And then, so we'll just, all right, let's do some dimensionals on this. We have some dimensionals on quite a few of those leaves. So we have one here, and then we have, so one there. So kind of wherever there's a thicker sort of leaf. And you got to be very careful. You can't just put it on there willy-nilly, because then it might show, and you don't want it to show. So just be aware. All right. And I think I put it on more leaves than I needed to. All right, that's okay. All right, so we will take this off. I love how the Take Your Pick just takes all those little papers off. All right, up to a point, and then it gets too full. I wasn't finding the hole with the end. All right, so what do we have next? We have this, and we're going to tie some baker's twine around it. So we're going to tie some baker's twine. Did I get that the right way? Yes, I got that the right way. All right, so we're going to tie it around there. Looks like twice. So 1, 2. Let's try this again. 1, 2. And then we're going to tie a little bow. I did not get that long enough, so we're going to do this just a little bit longer here. Don't fall off. It just fell off. It just fell off and unrolled, and luckily Benji is not up here. Otherwise, she would be going to town on trying to play with it, because if I leave a linen thread or a baker's twine on my counter, she is bound to find it, and she is going to unravel it and tie it all up in knots for me straight away. So this one is already unraveled to the end. So, oh, and it's not taped. All right. I'll have to wait until I get down off my chair. All right, so here we go. Little bow, nothing ginormous. All right. There we go. Okay. Oh, did I do that? I did. That's what happens when you take those things off too soon. And it looks like they're not going to be nice to me. I can leave those there, but I'm going to have to take these off here and put fresh ones on, because those are all now not sticky. So be careful when you take off. Maybe don't take those off until you're ready to stick it down. Don't take the papers off the top of your dimensionals until you're ready to stick it down. Have you ever done that, or am I the only one? I know I've done this a few times lately, where I've got things caught to me. So just rubbing that off. And then we'll put some more on, because now I need it. Goodness gracious. Seems to be one of those weeks. I didn't burn myself on Tuesday though with the check this out and everything, so that was kind of nice. I'm going to use the larger ones on here. So yeah, didn't burn myself with the glue gun, so that was nice. I was happy. Okay, so this was supposed to go under that. I've already, you know what, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to stick this down over here where it is even here, here, and here. All right, and then we're going to stick this under that because that will work too. Oh, come on, don't stick down yet. All right, so did June follow the instructions? Not very well, did she? There we go. Stick down, done. That's what happens. When you get ahead, you just look at the pictures, you don't pay attention to what it says. I now see, now I got to retie it, so I'm going to do my little trick. Since I've got that down, I'm going to do my little trick. So I put a glue dot there underneath where I want the knot for my bow. And then I'm going to roll it up just a little bit. I don't know what happened to the backing of that. Oh, there it is. There we go. And then, okay. Okay. There we go. I just shortened my nails, and that makes it harder to tie bows for me. I know some people don't like tying bows anyways, but when my nails are shorter, it definitely makes it a little more challenging for me. And I just trimmed them all down. So there we go. There's that. Then I'm always here for you. That is dimensionals and only 2 dimensionals, and then some glue or the tear and tape, but I'm using the glue. And this goes, I'm going to stick it right here. They have it on top of the leaf, but the leaf is on dimensionals. And if I put this up here, then I have to double dimensionalize this because otherwise it'll go up at an angle. So I'm just going to do it like that. Very elegant looking cards, I have to say. They're very elegant looking. Let's go ahead and do that leaf inside here as well. There we go. All right. So let's bring back the 3 cards. And I love the envelopes. I love how they look kind of smoky. We'll be having some fun playing with those in my other ones. So this is different paper. So it'll be interesting to see how well it meshes with the others. What I may do is just use these card bases as card bases and then add some DSP to it is what I'm thinking. There we go, our 3 cards. Actually, I guess it was 1, 2, and 3. All right, which one do you like better? 1, 2, or 3? Let me know. Which one do you like better? Of course, you can always swap out the sentiments too. You can use different sentiments for different ones. You could put this over here, the circle over there. but it works like that. So I don't know, I kind of like this one, I think, the best. Not just the Hello Friend, but because I do really like the Lost Lagoon. I'm getting used to the Petal Pink and the Calypso Coral, because that seems to be very popular colors for the designers. And so we use a lot of that, but I'm leaning into this one more. And I like this one too. And you could do the Hello Friend. You could use your own stamps and do hello. Let's see, what stamp did we not use? We didn't use the heart and the I'm so sorry. So those are the only two stamps we did not use. Remember, next month, so the September paper pumpkin is the Aspens of Gratitude, and it will share your gratitude with cards featuring beautifully hand-painted woodland designs. 10 cards, 5 each of 2 designs, with 10 coordinating envelopes, pre-cut paper pieces, self-adhesive gem embellishments, and coordinating colors of Basic Black, Cajun Craze, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, which will be the Stampin' Spot, Golden Glow, Gray Granite, Mossy Meadow, and Pumpkin Pie. So that's going to be gorgeous. Some hand-painted water-colored designs. So those are going to be beautiful, just in time for fall and our fall colors to come in. So thank you very much for joining me. If you're watching this on the replay, thanks so much for watching the replay. Let me know where you're watching from. If you are on Facebook, feel free to follow me so you can find out more of what I do when I have classes, retreats, when I'm going live. If you're following me or you're watching me on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you know when I'm going live. I go live right now basically 3 days a week, Tuesday at 11:11 11:11 a.m. Mountain Time. There we go. For Check This Out, where we dive into the kits collection, new kits and older kits, kind of mix them up and change it around. And then Thursdays or Saturday, depending on the week and what's happening in my family life, I go at 7:13 p.m. Mountain Time with the Junebug's Creative Crush. And you can see, like this week, I'm crushing on the Silly Old Bear right now. Oh my gosh, that's an adorable set. I'm going to practice some coloring. So you have to come see how well I color on Saturday at 7:13 Mountain Time. And on Fridays, the Paper Pumpkin Playdate at 3:33. And those are my lives at the moment. Sometimes I'll do a surprise live if I'm really crushing on something else, or if I just have something else I want to share with you. But right now, those are my 3 main lives. And of course, then we have our 6:13 question of the day. And we do our Thursday, we do this, that, or the other, where you can choose which one of the pictures you like best. For whatever reason, no explanation needed. And then occasionally on a Tuesday, I'll have a Tidbit Tuesday where I give you some sort of a tip, and working on making those a little bit more regular. We're getting there. It's family life can be, family life. When your parents live with you, life can be completely unexpected. And I had my son home for 2 weeks. That was almost 2 weeks. That was awesome. I have my nephew here. He's here for 1 more week. So lots of fun. Celebrated his birthday. And I wish you then a wonderful weekend. I trust you have a lot of family time going on, or you're visiting family, or family seeing you. It is summer, so you might even be on vacation. Get a little crafting in when you can. See what you can do with that. Let me know what you're looking forward to this weekend, and I will see you tomorrow at 7:13 p.m. Mountain Time for Junebug's Creative Crush Live, where we are going to dive into the Silly Old Bear suite. I know, I'm late with that, but I'll explain to you tomorrow why. See you then. Bye-bye.